Greetings, everyone. Happy New Year. It is GleeCon, and I'm back with another episode of Lore of Warcraft. We're going to settle in now that it's 2025 by getting back into actual, normal, classic walkthrough content. I was going to make an episode yesterday. It was just going to be a shorty, a read one. But no excuses. I just plumb forgot. I woke up today and I was like, oh, I just never made one. So I'm going to try and get that one to you guys later, especially since it's a low time commitment. And this guy right here is going to be our main one of the day. So you've seen us do Winter Vale quests and New Year's quests recently as we plowed through the holiday season. And I did a lot of that offline as well. But what I'm going to work on now is continuing our Stranglethorn Vale walkthrough. So if you remember, we were in the middle of a walkthrough, deep through probably, I'd say, somewhere in the ballpark of halfway, maybe 40%. So stay a while and listen as we take Glee Contessa and we get her back into Stranglethorn and keep working our way down the Stranglethorn Vale Peninsula. I think we're in Stormwind because of the New Year's Festival. I'm a snowman right now. No worries. I did resend myself that mail recipe that I had. There is some things I probably should just stash in the bank. This is going to disappear, this Wand of Holiday Cheer. This green, as we used it before, it was actually a pain in the butt. So those I don't care about, and this filled mug, those are all going to disappear soon. But, oh, I have snowballs. So just toss those in there. I don't need the Winter Vale surprise kit. And these are going to disappear, so I'll just kind of let them sit where they're at and not mess with them. Alright, off we go. So, the quickest way, it's actually not that much of a flight. Last night, I have been messing about from time to time with, this is what the Dazzling Mithril Rapier. I don't know why I clicked return. I don't think I've ever clicked return once in my... Oh, I have to be 240. Thanks, we're a little bit off. Okay. I don't think I've ever clicked return on a mail, ever. And I did it last time. I have to change, I think, where it says I was an arrogant fool. I think I paid my penance on the guild message of the day for being wrong about the South Shore Assassins. I was really, so convinced of the rightness of my hypothesis and I was an arrogant fool. So that's probably not the only time I can or will be able to say that in my life. Alright, so we're just going to go over to Westfall because I want to start at the north of the peninsula. Now, the Singing Crystal Shards I don't care about, but we need these tumbled crystals. Oh, no. So the tumbled crystals are why we need to start at the top. We also have one more blacksmith quest, I think. Yeah, we still need 35 more mithril bars. I do have 2 pieces of mithril, so okay, we need 33 more mithril bars. But we have a ton of quests still. So after we get that, then we can get the Singing Crystal Shards throughout here in the middle, and then continue to work our way down. We can fight for Mistveiled Giblets, which will allow us to go do Stranglethorn Fever Repeatable, where we summon Mock. That's actually kind of a tough quest. But because you really have to, we're going to probably have to blow through a lot of our cooldowns. And then get the Akiris reads, get the Bloodsail Buccaneers quest, and then just go turn and everything. So I'm not going to pick up any of these other ones that are down at the tip. But I think we can at least, that will get us, maybe not all of it done, but that'll get us 1, 2, 3, technically 4, 5. That'll give us 5, 6 quests to at least turn over. Like I said, most of those are going to turn into another step. The Tumbled Crystals, Hostile Takeover, maybe. That's a maybe on the second step. Same with the Singing Crystal Shards. I kind of think at least one of those two will. The Giblets will, because we'll have to go scare Shaky, but that's quick. But it will open up another Tanaris questline. The Akiris read, I know, will turn into us having to go back to Stormwind. Bloodsail Buccaneers is absolutely a chain. Yeah, so We are going to have to tighten up and go to go to Tanaris at some point. Maybe we'll set that up for the end of this episode. We shall see. Yeah, I haven't really been getting it. I haven't not been playing nearly as much as I wanted. I've been playing about 1/3 as much as I anticipated. Some of it's because I have been admittedly spending a little bit of time on the Anniversary Realms with my weird little side project. It's still quite silly. I've only just now... I think my character is maybe level 14. So I'm not like that far, and I'm only in the grand scheme of things. I just started level 10 quests last night, but I'm doing it so there's just so many weird things that I would never do that I'm just doing for S's and G's. Like, for instance, every time... Okay, so for those of you that maybe tuned out or you don't quite remember what this project is, I've had this weird Ultimate Gleekon brainchild percolating for a while, and I always told myself, well, if I was going to play Classic again, this is what I'd do. So the thought started this way. What if I played every quest in order, not the way we do it on this show where we do every single zone, but I mean every quest. Like, I do every level 1 quest in the game, every level 2 quest in the game, every level 3 quest in the game, and just do it like that. And of course, there are a couple... there's a couple things that are impossible on that front. Like, for instance, there's one I just did the other day. Proof of Life. It's actually, I think, the first time this has happened, but I know it will happen more. There's a quest called Proof of Life, and it is a level 7 quest in Tristful Glades where you just kill any, like, basic Scarlet Crusade affiliate, any human really in the area, and they have a chance of dropping a Scarlet Insignia ring, and you have to get 10 of them or something like that. Well, the quest is level 7 because you can get it even from the farmers, and a lot of the times the way that the game assigns the level of a quest is they will tag it to the lowest level possible mob you could fight to get the quest done. We're going to cross Lake Nazfaridi over here to go start killing these. We need these tumbled crystals. But in order to unlock the quest, you must do the first step of At War with the Scarlet Crusade. So that is a level 8 quest. Well, it begins as a level... The first step is level 8. The quest chain gets a little bit more difficult as the tasks increase in difficulty, because they want you to start by killing the militia. I don't know, the main soldiers. Maybe they're just called soldiers, because they don't care about the farmers, even though you can get the insignias from the farmers. This is my buff. We still have that Celebrate Good Times. That's actually going to be useful to us if we still have it when we go. We probably won't. We go fight Mok Marak. We probably will not have it, actually. I'm not going to get my hopes up. Okay, so we're going to kill these guys. They have tumbled crystals. Before I continue my explanation, why are we getting these hostile takeover? I can't do it in the middle of the fight. Okay, so the point of this quest is basically the Venture Co. are being jerks. They're competing with the other goblin endeavors in Stranglethorn. So on the surface, or on Booty Bay, that's what we're fighting against. We're fighting for the services of Booty Bay, and to do that, we're beating the Venture Co. Now, we fight the Venture Co. a lot, so I believe the Venture Co. are definitely set up to be a more evil goblin, although I don't know why, other than the fact that they are clearly exploitative. Oh, the Lumberjacks don't have it. Also, if you go in there to fight those guys, like a lot spawn, they all will aggro, I'm pretty sure. So, no point on any level to do it. Yeah, so that's basically it. We just don't like the Venture Co. And people in Booty Bay don't like the fact that they're competing with them on a fiduciary level. So we're going to kind of fight them, cutting out their competition, but also, hey, we don't like these guys anyway. And we are fighting pretty much strictly the geologists. We're wrecking shop. We've only gotten one of the two. I did there was, if you remember the past few episodes, we've been having an issue with Questy where it would always lag one thing behind whenever you're doing. So like if I had 7 tumbled crystals, it would say 6 or whatever, or I'd complete an objective and it wouldn't tag it. So that was getting really annoying. I did update it, and that seems to be more or less resolved. That's always been an issue that would happen from time to time, but it was happening without fail every time. Cool, just had a couple in a row. We're halfway done. All right, so back to my task. All right, so what that meant in that particular instance was since I could not complete that level 7 quest without completing a level 8, that means I had to wait until I was on level 8 quests, and then I could re-complete that, which is okay. That's bound to happen. You know, just think about it. There are quests that happen, for instance, where there's like I don't know about a level 1. See, that's the problem. I thought it would actually happen a lot more than it has. But anyway, there are times, in that case, that's fine. I would just, on the level 8 thing, do that one as soon as possible, and then immediately after resolving it, resolve the next one. But I am doing it in a slavish, we're talking, think about just in the beginning of the game, the amount of travel. So it essentially means every level I'm traveling to the different places in the world where there are quests. That doesn't mean I'm traveling all over the world, so I'm still since I'm only at level 10, up through 1 through 9, all you're doing is traveling basically between the 3 starting zones. It does mean that certain things like leveling up your professions become trivial to get done because you're constantly traveling. So I picked. So before I even get into that part, what I then had to decide on next was, well, what am I going to what kind of character would I want to do this on? So I had a choice between Alliance and Horde, of course. I don't know why I decided to go Horde, to be honest. I think it was just I had to kind of think about the class that I wanted to play is really what I think I went with first. And then I went from there because the difference between Alliance and Horde doesn't matter to me. So obviously I did not want to do, not obviously, but for obvious reasons, I didn't want to do Paladin because that's what this show is all about. That would have just been too redundant. I did not want to do Shaman. So I didn't want to do those 2 classes. There we go, we got that done. So now we're going to work our way down to the Singing Crystal Shards, the next phase, where I'm pretty sure, yeah, we get these from Basilisks. So again, let's pause and talk about why we're getting these. So again, we're doing this for a goblin in Booty Bay. They just say they're valuable, and they're just hiring us to go get them. So that's it. We have been hired to go hunt basilisks because the shards that come off of them are worth money. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward, and we got no love for basilisks either. I don't think there's any even neutral basilisks in the game that I can think of. They're dangerous, annoying beasts. So on this side, they're 41 to 42. On that side, so if we go and fight this pocket of them, that will be the highest level pocket. I don't know what the drop rate is or anything, but we also need to keep our eye out for mithril. Now that we're entering the second, remember we need mithril. We need 33 more mithril. We could of course buy mithril, but I would prefer not to do that. All right, so for the same exact reason, that's why I was not going to choose mage, although I was strongly tempted to do mage because the teleportation aspect would make it so useful to go around the world constantly with teleportation. Oh my, that would be so good. But alas, I was tapped out of that. And Druid is just a very good class to solo with. But that means 4 out of 9 classes were scrapped. Okay, so then I start to think about, of the remaining 5, being Warrior, Hunter, Rogue, Warlock, or Priest. Those were my 5 remaining choices. So then I had to think about, well, okay, of those classes, what sounds good to me? And is there any... so my first thought was, all right, I'm going to be needing to solo a lot of stuff. So I need a class that I can exploit and solo, because there's certain things I'm going to have to be doing so much of. So that was my real determination. Next was, whatever I pick, I needed to be able to solo like a crap ton of content. So then I started researching, and I thought, and I also just kind of leaned into my own personal experiences. Who's good at soloing? Well, rogues are not good in my experience. And there's certain things that's just too hard. If you go up against a heavy, you're screwed if you have a rogue. If you have to solo a heavy elite, very difficult to do. Warriors are a little better, but that lack of healing, and you're trading such raw DPS when you try to solo certain things. So that was a no-go also. Alright, so far we haven't gotten any luck with these, but I'm going to go into the cave both to hopefully find ore and to maybe the drop rates are better. These Thrashtail Basilisks have not been great for us so far. Alright, so that eliminated 2 of the 5 because I feel like the solo experience for Rogue and Warrior is just nightmarish. Nightmarish. Warrior had a little bit more appeal. I love Rogues, but I've also spent the most amount of time in my life with Rogue. So that... I mean, that didn't actually really come into play because I still would have did it, but they're just too hard. And I was so scarred with my experience just trying to do quests here in Stranglethorn Vale. I was like, nah. But there are some really good rogues. And stealth does make certain things okay. I would have just had to have been so gimmicky, but... Oh, that's iron in here. Dang. Alright, so these are the Iron Jaw Basilisks. These are the strongest version of the Basilisks. Level 43. I don't know if they have the highest drop rate or not to associate with that. I'm going to have to use some extra stunnage or whatever on these guys because... Oof, they're getting me here. Ooh, I am lucky I got that crit. I was about to have to back off, maybe use a potion or something. Okay. Yikes. Maybe after this I'm gonna eat one of my... I have these Winter Veil roasts. I can eat one of my cookies that I've been saving. Perfect. Alright, so by the way, I will eat one of these Christmas cookies. I think I've gotten 2 shards so far, so that's good. So the drop rate on these guys is higher to compensate or to appropriately reward the increase in difficulty. All right, so there's a chest. All right, now Warrior was enticing because it would have allowed me to advertise as a tank. And considering, I have not had to do a dungeon yet, but considering the fact that there is a possibility that I'll have to do more than one dungeon, Dungeoning is going to be a little bit tricky because there are some unavoidable duplications. I'm going to have to run some dungeons more than once, and I'm actually okay with that. I don't mind running dungeons. And I haven't started playing with it, but apparently there's a looking for group tool that exists in this new anniversary. I haven't played around with it yet. There's still a looking for group chat, so I don't know what the story is with that. Okay, we got our third shard. But yeah, that was appealing to me, but also it's just there's just certain things it's pretty much impossible to. That was a trash chest, down to 1 bag. Toss some soon. There is mithril back there. Okay, so I gotta make my way back to the mithril. Alright, so then that leaves us with Warlock, Priest, and Hunter. Okay, so all of those are pretty viable and have their various purposes. If I did Priest, I could advertise as a healer. I would say it's moderately tempting. I've started to come around a little bit on Priests. They were historically right up there in my most hated classes. They probably still are. But I've started to come around a little bit on them, and I do think some of it sounded good. There's just nothing super appealing. I didn't have a burning desire, like, yes, that sounds cool. Let me get some priest action going on here. It just didn't. There was nothing like that for me. Same thing with Warlock. Warlock does you can summon, and you can solo a heck of a lot of stuff as a Warlock, between fear and using your Voidwalker as a pet. So
I can't carry anymore.
Right, we just got some plate gauntlets. We're gonna have to check those out. I'm gonna go ahead and scroll of intellect myself. These are 278 with 19. Interesting. Okay, so I would lose 22 armor. But this increased defense of 5, what does that even do? I don't know, that's probably about a wash. The 32 attack power is basically 16 strength. That's what's going to make me shy off of it, because I don't care as much about the stamina. I'd pick stamina over strength all day, at least at a 2-to-1 ratio, and then if we do that, then it loses the equation there. Okay, we might have to ditch a couple of these other things too. Okay, we got another holy shard. I don't think we're gonna have to ditch anything to mine. It's good, we got a mithril, okay. Now we're down to needing 32. Now we're down to needing 31. 30. Oh, awesome. Alright, so we're more than a quarter of the way done. We have 11 of our... Or I'm just going to kind of work my way back out now. How many do we need? 5. Yeah, so I think for the same reason, I just didn't have a burning desire. Like, I'm not 100% opposed, but also Warlock and Warlock in particular has no redeeming movement abilities. So that was, I think, one of the things that, well, you do get a free mount, but still, money is an issue right now for me, and I'll explain that in a minute. But ultimately, it won't be, I don't think. And there's just 2/3 of the game. that you'd have to get through before mounts became a factor. So that the amount of travel needed, I think, put a damper on that. Now priests get a little bit, but that also, I think that's a kind of a minimal factor. I really started leaning into what sold me was you have those two classes, which they have their pros. Healers can heal, which is huge. It's the only one of the 5 options I had that had any healing, unless you kind of count what Warlock can do. But when I was doing my research about, okay, well, then who is? A lot of websites came up with, well, the best soloing class for content is probably a hunter, because you can use your pet like a tank, and you can heal your pet, and so there was a lot of good argument to be had. Plus, I hate hunter, and the main reason why is because I'm not good with them. There's a lot of work I need to do in terms of getting better at kiting. So that then I said, you know what? Maybe I will fall in love with hunter as a class and add that into my overall list, because I would love to find the appeal in all of them. So I decided to go hunter, and then now once I became hunter, then it starts to become, okay, well then what is my next decision once I decide to go hunter is what's the race? What race am I going to go hunter with? Okay, well I could go human, but again, we're kind of dealing with a human right now. I'm dealing with a human on half my characters, so that was... And then I started researching who's the best for hunting as a class. Like, if I'm going to get a little meta with it. All right, well, actually, can humans be hunters? I don't... Actually, now that I think about it, I don't think humans can be hunters, because they can be warriors, paladins, priests, mages, rogues, and warlocks. Yeah, they can't be hunters, so it wasn't even a real option. All right, I got to toss some stuff here. I'll toss this stupid cloak. Running out of space. I should turn... Actually, you know what? I'm going to throw away this stupid Wand of Holiday Cheer. And I'll... That's another thing for now. Okay. Alright. Yeah, so human wasn't an option. Dwarf was an option. I did that with you guys already. I made a dwarf hunter. So that was a strong one. And if that would mean I was going to be leaning towards a gun style, which is okay. So that was a strong maybe. Gnomes can't be hunters, and then of course, then there was also Night Elf, and then I was looking at what's Night Elf have bring to the table. Well, they actually don't bring a ton to the table. They have an increased dodge chance, so not like nothing spectacular. So when you actually start looking at it, while Night Elf hunters are cool, the Shadow Meld and the increased dodge chance and whatever, they have one other thing. I just wasn't feeling it. So I was like, eh. Certainly not more than Dwarf. And then for the Horde side, well, Undead can't be hunters, so that gets rid of Undead. So Tauren have the Stomp mixed with the extra Endurance, so they're a little tougher. So... Now, I was already also kind of thinking, like, I don't really like Beastmaster style. So, like, orcs are not particularly good unless you're going to heavily focus on Beastmaster. And when I was doing my research, it was like, I'm going to drink some of this. Do I have some eggnog, or did I drink it already? No, but I do have this juice I can drink. In doing my research, they were when I was looking at the specs, pretty much all the specs are marksman focused, and they're like, you can try, and if you really get to complete endgame min-maxing all full meta, you can be doing individually as good as Beastmaster. However, you'll sacrifice like True Shot Aura, and I'm sure other raids have True Shot Aura too, so that's not a big deal. But it was just like, why? For most of the game, and I was like, I'm not going to probably be doing that. I mean, I never know. I'm not going to rule anything out with this character. Because it's with it on the anniversary servers, I don't know how it's going to evolve. I wanted someone that could kind of go along for the ride. I thought that would be cool. So that meant that I was going to be leaning away from Orc. And so then now my choices are between Dwarf. Okay, we're up to 8 shards. We were clearing out this cave over and over again. It's going very slow. So I'm between between Troll, Tauren, and Dwarf. Well, if I'm going for Marksman, the toughness of the Tauren mixed with Herbalism as a trait, I wasn't feeling. I wanted to do a job set that I hadn't done, which meant I was taking Enchanting off the table. Enchanting's too expensive anyway. I didn't want to do that. And I was taking Herbalism Alchemy off the table, because I'm already doing that. And with you guys, I'm doing Blacksmithing. So while I strongly considered that, Blacksmithing also sucks as a hunter. So I was like, because I really, really thought about making a Horde Blacksmith. I was strongly tempted. I pushed the wrong button. I pushed Hammer Wrath instead of Judgment. And then, what's our other one? Leatherworking? Yeah, I'm currently doing that too. So I was like, meh, I'm good on leatherworking. So that meant I was either going to do... I think that pretty much leaves engineering, right? Dang it. That's not what I wanted to do. What am I forgetting? I think that's it. I think that just leaves engineering. Because Herbalism Alchemy I've already ruled out. Enchanting, Tailoring, ruled out. Skinning, Leatherworking. Yeah, there's only 5 combos. Unless you do something like, I'm gonna just gain money in collecting. That doesn't appeal to me at all. Alright, let's just eat one of these generic. Oh, I should. Well, I need to start saving those moonberry juices. Yikes. So this is the complicated thought. I guess not complicated. This is how I spent days marinating over all of these things. That was a work email. How dare they? It's actually this kid that I know. He's just graduated college, and he is with he's in his senior year or something like that. I'm friends with this family, and he wants to he's pursuing a degree in statistics and data. Poor kid. So his mom asked me if there would be a day where I could let him kind of come into the office with me and shadow me to see what a career in statistics and data could look like. So, I'd like to help him out. And Monday we have a weird kind of like half the office is kind of shut down. It's the first day back from the holidays, and We need one more shard. I don't know why they're being so stingy. Fight. Let me fight this guy blocking my way. Let's fight our way out, and then maybe we can get our last one with these three. So I told him that I have some meetings that are like smack dab in the middle of the day, so then I was like, if he would like to come in either before or after. Either way, it was fine. So he just told me he'd rather come in before, which is whatever. But then he's like, I want to get there at 7:40. I'm like, holy cow, man. I'm going to barely be... I really probably wasn't going to plan to get there until like 8. Because on the days when the office is like half the people are working from home that day, so I usually kind of make my own hours and do on those kind of days. So I'm gonna tell him. I mean, whatever. I guess I could. I'm just gonna see if he can come in. I'm gonna have to message him back and be like, "Hey, man, come in." He's a good kid, though. Good kid. Jake is his name. I've known his family. His mom now works in my same, like, for the same company as me. But I used to coach. I know him from coaching. I coached him. Well, really, I knew his big brother and the family back when they were young. And they both go to... all right, so pausing right here. This is... we're going to now work on Stranglethorn Fever in the Heart of Mach. The problem with this is we need these Mistveil giblets. Okay, we need 5 of them. So a big problem is this is going to take some more of our spot. The drop rate sucks on these giblets. And when all is said and done, our reward is to do a quest that does not have 100% completion. They've been wanting to sell this Scarlet Chris a lot lately. This person's been... Okay, of course we get one on our first drop. I'm going to drop this other Wild Hog Shank for it. Okay. I'm going to drop this Fine Aged Cheddar too. I don't need to keep that. I don't want to drop the Moon Juice because... Ah, dang it. Alright, so... Yeah, anyway. That's boring crap. Let's get back to the not boring crap. My decision process. So anyway, once I decided that I was probably going to go with the remaining job, which is engineering, because that I was like, well, then I can at least build bullets. So now I'm thinking, all right, well, now herbalism. That just made Tauren even less attractive because their herbalism was going to be useless to me. So that left me to decide between... Dang. Guess I'm going to get rid of this Wintervale Roast, too. That left me to decide between the Dwarf, which is a real good choice, or the Troll. But ultimately, the Troll... I think what sold it to me on the end is then they started talking about the best endgame weapons, and I guess all of the best ones are bows. So that means that the Trolls... We already have 3 giblets. That's good. That means that the Trolls' natural skill with bows mixed with their Berserk Rage and their natural regeneration, all of those things would be good no matter what. Plus, I like Trolls. I like them better than Dwarves. To be honest, Trolls are... Let's pause for a ranking of the original races. I would have to say Tauren are probably my favorite. Tauren rock. They're just a pretty cool set. I cannot complain. I like everything. I like the aesthetic. Over the years, I would say their starting zone has kind of... Its appeal has waned for me. I find it kind of bland now. but still, it's like vanilla ice cream. Not even like vanilla bean. It's like just straight plain vanilla. It's good. I cannot complain about it. All right, so we need one more giblet, and then we're gonna get to where the getting's good here. All right, so we have to be careful. First of all, I need a couple spots open. I got to get rid of the festive mug. Sorry, and I'm gonna eat this Graku's minced pie to open up the second one. Because we are now going to be doing something tricky. All right, so we now have to summon the Heart of Mawk here. The reason why this is hard is it's 3 waves of gorillas. And the final wave has Mawk in it, and it's quite hard. Now, if you can stealth, this is not too bad. When I was a mage, it wasn't too bad. Because stealth, I could just wait. What will happen is this guy will come and engage, and he can actually live a decent amount of time. Once he gets to the 3rd wave, it doesn't matter if he lives. So it's a protect quest, but you don't need to protect him the final round because you just need Mawk. So what you can do is run out of there, let him engage, and then come in and start fighting just the Heart of Mawk. So I'll kind of show you what it means. So we're going to start here. Witch Doctor. Oh, we need 10 Gorilla Fangs? Oh. The giblets were for the scaring Shaky quest. We need 10 Gorilla Fangs. I was going to say, I thought that was easier than I remembered. Wait, did I break the heart of... Oh, the freaking fruitcake doesn't give you a buff? That's a bummer. Alright, well, we only have 3 Gorilla Fangs so far, so... Poop on me. I guess the only thing good about the fruitcake is it gives you health and mana. Alright, well, back to the grind. We still need 7 more. But that also shows you why... Okay, we're up to 4. We do not want to fail, because grinding out 10 of these bad boys is annoying. But we do have all the things we need to scare Shaky. We have all the giblets. We still need the Akiris read. We still need to turn those things, those 2 things in. So that's just scaring Shaky. We just need to turn that one in. Alright, so now I had a race chosen. There you go, we got our 5th Fang. I have a profession chosen. It's all ready to go. I have a class, and so now I start. So then I pull up the classic sheet. You use a filter by level, so you can see right now we just filtered. I have it filtered right here. I just put in the filter of the level. So I would filter with 1, and then I go do all the ones. Now, I'm not completely insane. I mean, I am for even doing this. Okay. Nope, that wasn't the right kind. But there are level quest and then required level to complete it. Like, for instance, these are all 10/10s, but this is like a level 10 quest, but you only have to be 6 to pick it up. So I do use that to help me make decisions to break ties. But I do not, like... There we go, we just got our 6th thing. I'm not running around the world like, okay, I'm going to do all the level 10s that require a level 6. I'm going to do... That's absurd. Because the requirement's almost arbitrary at some point. It does kind of help you understand the difficulty if it's a lower level requirement. There you go, that's number 7. Chances are it's a little easier than with the higher level requirement. But... Alright, so then now I started in Durotar, and as I was playing, my thought was, okay, I'm going to do this really slow. I'm just gonna, as everybody says when they start playing Anniversary Realm, That's the Reddit meme. I'm going to do this slow. We're going to just take our time and really enjoy the experience. But what I thought was, you know what? I am... Because I was like, well, when am I going to do fishing? When am I going to do... Because I want to max everything out with this character. So I thought, you know what? Let me do it where, like, everything has to be at the level of quest I'm doing. So, for example, level 1, that's my 8th thing. Level 1 was sort of, you know, you got to put that one to the side because you can't do anything at level 1. You can't get jobs. So you really have to be around level 5-ish before you can even make it to the first place. So I did kind of let that gate keep me, but once I got to about level 5, all bets are off. And what I wanted to do is... That was our 9th thing. So I used as a gate like everything. So as I'm doing every level 1 quest, well, I better be... I want everything to be 5 points. So I want my fishing to be at 5, my cooking to be at 5, my first aid to be at 5. And if it's not, there we go. And not my level, because that I can't fully control. Okay, now let's eat something that gives us a buff for real this time. Oh, I could use this little mechanical greenish when I'm up there too. That actually might be useful. Okay, now I'm going to eat this winter cookie again. Alright, so... But the level of the quest. So while I'm doing... But before I finish all level 1 quests, let me make sure everything is level... up to 5. And so on and so forth. So now that I'm at level... My character is up to level 10. By the end, before I finish these, I want to make sure everything's at 50. And very quickly on, I was like, well, you know what? Let me get my unarmed up to 5. Let me do that too, because that'll be fun. Let me raise my unarmed constantly. And that's where things started to get crazy. But first, let's do this annoying quest. Witch Doctor Umbagwa know what mock the savage like. Yes, yes. Me speak with spirits and make he come, I do. But other gorilla beast like spirit talking too. You protect Witch Doctor Umbagwa and I make he come to you. What am I going to do? I need to get rid of something else too. Dang. I'll get rid of this one basilisk heart. Witch Doctor Umbagwa wants something first. You bring 10 gorilla fangs and me start spirit talking. Witch Doctor Umbagwa like gorilla fangs. For you, I talk to spirits. Make mock the savage come. You protect Witch Doctor Umbagwa from other gorilla beast. No, or no mock for you. Alright, so we gotta get the waves. They are gonna come in waves, and you'll see what I mean. Okay, so first, here we have a wave of 3. Okay, I'm bringing them into fight. Okay, and that's cool. We already got one of the other gorilla fangs in. Now, I don't know how much time... I think we do have a little bit of time in between each kill. In between each wave. I think we get a little bit of time. So if I immediately start eating something... So let's immediately start eating one of these Grogu fruitcake. See, it's very, 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 very short. Okay, so... Wow, this is even worse than I thought. I did not realize it was going to be like that. I'll use a potion. Okay, so now we're already at... Like, things are getting bad. Okay, so I'm trying to 3v1 this. Okay, I gotta save for some mana here. He's raging. Okay. We have 2 more. Okay, so what you have to do is get through these... This is... I mean, as you can see, though, this is tough. This is some tough waves we have going on. Still have saved this. I'm just going to keep that buff going. Okay, gotta try to save either a heal or gotta get out of here. Okay, let's get this heal. We're on to the last one. Okay. Whew. Alright, and then at this one, I gotta bolt. I gotta let him go. Okay. I'm not doing anything with mana. I'm just gonna fight this guy down to the end. Now, if you die, it's not the end of the world if you can get to this 3rd wave. Okay, so now we want to get out of here and let... So all we need is Mock the Savage. His 6 other gorillas, because he'll go in there and start fighting them now. It's crazy. Okay, so all we need is Mock the Savage. Okay, so we got to kind of kite him a little bit. Okay, use this. We got to kill him. So you do have to be able to blitz him down. Okay, let's heal up a little bit. Just get his heart and run. So that is it. That's the only way. You need some way to blitz his life down, because obviously you're not going to be able to fight 6 of them at once or whatever. That's ridiculous. So that quest is a little bit cray-cray. But we did it. We got the heart. Okay, cool. Whew. All right, we need to open up our inventory space a pinch soon here anyway, but let's first mark that quest off. We did actually complete a quest. For the first time in forever. It really has been quite a while. Alright, so we just did Stranglethorn Fever. This is the repeatable quest right here. We're going to have to do this again on our shaman. Again, she's going to have to follow the same strategy when she does it, which is going to be exactly what we did. We pull off the survival and then blitz down the last guy. Alright, so you can fully run out of the way, let him die, because they will not despawn right away. It's just nice to be able to run in there when they have a little bit of distraction. But yeah, it's tough. You have to... That's gold. Do I need gold? I can't remember. Probably not. I mean, it does give us some... stuff. Yeah, I was gonna say I probably do not need it because of the inventory space. I guess I'm gonna toss large fangs out. We also needed space for the Akiris anyway. Okay. Alright, well. I don't even know where we get the Akiris from. I mean, I think we just get them from killing Naga. I think we gotta go in this way, kinda. Yeah, we basically need to get up there so we can cross that bridge. Oh, that's good, because we can do our Bloodsail Buccaneer thing while we're right there anyway. Alright, this is pretty good. We're actually coming up on like an hour just having making our way down. This is why this zone takes a little bit of time, but we've done a big chunk. We're really being quite successful today too, so that's nice. All right, so what we need is there is something here. Which one is it? There's a dude. There's a dude somewhere. Pretty Boy Duncan. That's not even the one we need. We have to. There's a Bloodsail correspondence somewhere. There it is. It's on that table. Okay, so you gotta work your way in by fighting these dudes. Okay, no worries. It's right there on the table. That mage is going to give us a little bit of problems. If this one comes in, that's cool. This Bloodsail Raider. So I kind of want it to happen. Okay, he gave us some silk. And now she... Now I'm pulling the whole dang crew now. Okay. Yikes. Come on. Alright, I need to get this guy down. I mean, I needed to clear him out anyway. Okay. Yeah, I gotta get a stun on her. Perfect. Now that volatile rum's gotta go. Okay, on top of the barrel you discover a map with some hastily written text on it along with some coins. The next step. The map shows Booty Bay with a red X drawn precisely at the spot at which you're standing. The scribbled text reads, "You men are to secure a camp at this location and keep quiet. Wait for the signal from the southern command post before attacking. If anyone approaches, you kill them." Alright, I don't care about that chest right now. We don't even have the backspace for it. So what we need to do now is go over to this side because that's how you get your way up to the Naga for our Akiris. But what do we have here? We have Bloodsail Buccaneers Part 1. We just completed that. And that allowed us to pick up Bloodsail Buccaneers Step 2. Looks like there's 5 steps to this quest, so we still have quite a while. And we have quite a few quests to still do. So. All right, more progress made. We have a bunch to turn in. Seems like we haven't been accomplishing a lot, but we have. That's a troll mage. All right, so now it's Akiris by the bundle. Yeehaw. All right, so then where it got crazy and where I'm at now is once I started doing that, I realized, you know, at some point I'm going to need to switch off from one-handed axe, which is the only weapon, melee weapon you start with as a troll hunter. And I was like, you know, I know that hunters use stabs. I don't know why that's in my head as like the other alternate hunter weapon. I just, in my mind, I always think, oh, staves. So then I went to look at, and I also knew guns. Hey, I'm an engineer. Using guns from time to time is probably going to be nice, even though ultimately I'm going to want to do bow and arrow. Well, when I did all this, oh my gosh, what should I do? Throw these broken electro lanterns out. Zesty clam. Okay, which we're max cooking now. Yeah, I forgot. So we don't ever have to worry about that again. So I did not realize this. I guess this just goes to my ignorance in World of Warcraft and my complete aversion to playing hunters. I did not realize that hunters can use every single weapon in the game except wands, and I guess if you count shields as a weapon. So except wands and shields, they can use everything in the game. It's insane. Okay, so we just got our first Akiris read. We need 10 of them. I think these are like another, this is like another drug quest. Ooh, True Silver up there. I'm gonna go for it. The more True Silver, the better. We have enough, but there's, I'm sure, some other recipes that are gonna require it. Anyway, so then I started realizing, all right, I need to keep everything on hand. I want every single type of weapon, which is for the hunter, it's literally everything. And so I have to keep on hand in my bags at all times.
I can't carry anymore.
Okay. I guess I'm throwing out this clam meat, and I will immediately throw out this fish oil too. That means I'm gonna need, okay, one. So for one-handed weapons, of course, I need your typical one-handed axe. Easy, that's what I started with. I also need one-handed maces and one-handed swords. And daggers. And fist weapons. Well, I don't know yet, actually, about that, because if fist weapon... I know you have to train to use fist weapons, but I think fist weapons just use the unarmed skill, and if that's the case, I don't have to actually keep a fist weapon on hand. So I'm hoping that's the case. I actually haven't trained fist weapons yet. I haven't had the money, because at this level, 10 silver per thing is... It's a little prohibitive. I've started the process, but I haven't had enough money. I need... I mean, it's not going to be that crazy, but it is... So you have to train from Undercity. I'm not counting... Eventually I'll do polearms too, but I'm not counting polearms right now because you have to be higher level and it costs a gold. So polearms is going to wait a little bit. Also, I don't have access to one. So I have to buy... Or I have to get access to... Undercity has one-handed swords and two-handed swords, crossbows, daggers, and they are the ones with polearms, but like I said, that doesn't matter right now. I think that's it. Okay. Then Thunder Bluff has guns. They are one of the places you can get staves from, and I think they do the one- and two-handed maces there. Okay, cool. And then you have the troll and orc combined at Orgrimmar. I can't remember which one does what, but they're the rest of it. That's where you're going to get. I already have one-handed axes, but that's where you get two-handed axes. That is, I already have bows. That's where you'll get throwing weapons. That's where you get fist weapons. Actually, don't think I'm gonna. That was a duplicate page, unfortunately for us. Dang it. Huh. I guess I'm going to throw out a single heavy stone. All right. Yeah, so ultimately when I was doing the math, I'm like, huh, okay, so that means I'm going to need to stay on top of unarmed, one-handed axes, two-handed axes, one-handed swords, two-handed swords, one-handed maces, two-handed maces. That's up to 7. It's too hard for me to count right now and do all this. There's that true silver I want. Love it. It's also going to take up more inventory spot, of course.
I can't carry anymore.
Oh, gosh. Of course you can. Alright, let's get this true silver, baby. Did I fail? I must have. Okay. Yeah. That means I'm barely good enough to get true silver. I will take it though. Oh show. Alright. There. How are we doing on our Akiris bundles, by the way? So anyway, that's part of the overall crazy experience that I do. So I'm running around. Now another thing is, like for instance, you have to be level 10 to get a pet. Well, it's a level 10 quest. Luckily, that's the only really hunter quest. The others are not until around level 50. So, or 52, I think. So it's not gonna. Hunter is one of the least quests out of all the specs, but that means that I had to wait until now to get a pet. So even though I'm level 13 or 14, I think I'm level 14, I just now got a pet. So it's been a lot of, but it's good because I wanted to practice my kiting. So I also wanted to have a good pet. That was something I also agonized over. What should I do? And so I decided to get the rake, I guess. The rake is still a pet that I guess it eventually got nerfed, but in the short time, it seems like there are 2 or 3 rare pets that are really good, and I guess the rake is an easy one. I only had to camp it for maybe 10 to 15 minutes, and got it. I don't know what this Angelette's doing. Okay, we're up to 5 Akiris reeds. Okay. That's that holy spring where we came here. We've already been here for the amber juice or whatever that was called. We just need 5 Akiris reeds more, and then we can finally go sell and drop off all this stuff we've been working on. And then we'll kind of check and see. One of the things is going to want us to go back to Stormwind. I'll probably wait until like right at the end of the episode for that. But now all that being said, I'm going very slow. But some of the free time, which maybe if I was being more disciplined, I might devote to this game, like last night when I was just chilling. Maybe in the past I would have devoted it to this game, but I was like, eh. All right, I guess I'm getting rid of these 2 prismatic basilisk scales. Gotta fight some of these guys, and these have a level range too. But I need those stupid bundle of Akiri reeds. Yeah, we'll smelt up what we have also. We'll smelt these 6 bars up. That'll be good. Bumsky Wumsky. Yeah, there's a lot of competition here. And there's no point to really team up with anyone because we can handle the mobs on our own, and I want the Akiris reeds for myself. And all that's going to do is just cut your drop rate in half if they're after the same thing, which they might be. Okay, we got another one. Up to 7. I mean, they spawn pretty fast. It's not like the world is a terrible place because we're not helping each other out. But yeah, so I'm going to try to get you guys another short one later today. I've just been... Really what I've been doing is just catching up on a lot of things. Well, I'm not even catching up. I had just doing a lot of little stuff around the house. Dang. You know, we've been in the holidays, so once it got to be New Year's, I played like this board game with my son. It was a board game adaptation of the Bloodborne game. It was actually really fun. So we played that. Him and I hung out. That was New Year's Eve. The old man and the boy spent New Year's Eve together playing that board game. yeah, it was pretty fun. Then, you know, all the Christmas decorations inside and outside have to come down. That's one of those things where it's like I can kind of recruit some help when everyone's excited and in the spirit, but then when it's time to come down, Dad's spending the day doing it on his own. So that was really that took a big chunk of my day yesterday. I got a bookshelf. I'm just like it's a nice one. It's not like IKEA, but it is a pre-ordered one, and so I was putting that together, doing just general stuff around the house, and that has slowed down my overall everything, but not complaining. Like, it's just part of the reasons why. And also, you know, sometimes I push myself so hard, like on this show, and I do love making it for you guys, but that's the key. It's a labor of love. And if I try to slavishly hit these numbers and deadlines, then sometimes it loses. Damn it. I don't need any more gorilla fangs. That, you know, I don't ever want this to be like a chore for myself. And if I was hitting big numbers where I was, you know, making more than $10 a month or whatever, then I might stress it. But if my $10 a month drops to $6 a month or whatever, it's not going to have a noticeable impact on my life. Although I do want to get there. That being said, I do want to get there, and I do not want to. It's very easy to slip into like complacency, and you do got to grind. Part of it is a grind, and you do have to do that. We have to grind this game just like we're grinding right now. Stupid Akiris, and it's an enjoyable grind. There's not a grind I'd rather do. Truly is super fun. I love this game. I don't know. They obviously there's no such thing as perfection, but they made it as close as possible to a perfect game that you'll ever see when they made this one. So good. So good. I just don't ever get tired of playing it. Yikes. Okay, we just got a page we didn't have. Awesome. We got page 25. So now we have 25 and 27. What can I ditch? Well, first of all, that needs to go there. Jeez. What am I doing with all this silk? I guess let's start looking there. Why do I have the silk? Okay, neither the dwarves nor the gnomes need it. I might be good on silk. Yeah, I don't need the silk, so I can throw away this 6 stack of silk. I'm not going to throw away the 20 thing that I have. But I think that shield will sell for more than 6 silk will. We're just throwing money away. That's all we do. Once we threw away like 30 or 40 gold to do this to max out our cooking for just in time for that quest. Lunar Festival is going to take us a while too. That's going to come up soon, and that's going to really... I don't know when the Lunar Festival quests, what patch they added that in. I'll have to research that on my own time. But yeah, so we'll get... I do owe you guys one from yesterday. That's part of the normal schedule, so I will drop one more later today. Not very much later. I don't know what time we'll do it, but I'll do it later. After this, I'm probably going to hit up a little lunch and then start messing around with the daily routines, including messing with the new rig. I just got the rig. I forced myself to sit up and read, stay up late last night waiting for that rake to spawn. I am on a terrible midnight shift schedule. My son's on a worse one. I don't know how he does it. He's to the point where he's waking up at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and that's on me as a dad. I control that. But you know, anybody that has a teenager, it's all about what battles do you want to fight, and every kid is different. Boys are different than girls, and every kid's different. And my wife and I are largely nocturnal people. I don't mind waking up in the morning. Dang, I don't want that. What should I ditch? What should I ditch? I'm gonna ditch this Lustrous Pearl, I guess. Then I'm ditching this Yellowtail. I don't need them anymore. So my wife has been a night shift nurse, as I've talked about on the show, for 20 years or something. So there is a pay differential that comes along with that, and that's the surface argument for why she keeps that, but you also wouldn't do it if some party didn't like it. So she always talks about switching, and she might one day. I don't know that she'd be happy if she did, but maybe. I think at some point she'll have no choice, because if she decides to ever move up in her career, and she just has started working on that, so kudos to her. She's working on getting that master's in nursing right now, or bachelor's in nursing, then to master's. It's like a program, I don't know. But to do something like that once you've been doing the same thing for 20 years takes a little bit of getting out of your comfort zone for sure. And when you're doing that kind of work, if you start getting into nurse practitioners, stuff like that, that's not, I don't know how, I think a lot of those people might work in like law offices and stuff. I mean, not law offices, like private offices. I don't know. I don't know what would happen. Obviously, you're not going to be working the graveyard shift in a sitch like that. Thank goodness we got our last Akiris read. Oh my gosh. Whew. Okay. That was a lot. Alright, so now we're going to go turn in all these quests. Holy goodness. And, if we have to go to Tanaris, when we do the Tanaris portion of our life, so we're going to be doing some spreadsheeting right now, catching up the quests. This might be all we do, is just turn these in. That was a chunk, working our way down the coast, getting all those quests, and now going to turn them in. We have some to go to Stormwind also. So going back to Stormwind to turn some stuff in might be okay. That was like a Booty Bay bruiser that went after that. You got too close to Booty Bay, little Bloodsail butthole. Alright, so we're going into Booty Bay. We're going to turn in these great things. I love that. Limp Biscuit. We just passed Limp Biscuit? Oh my gosh. Alright, so at the end we have the Captain's Chest. I'm going to pick that quest up now because we've got the space for it. Why not? I used to sail a ship from here all the way to Ratchet in Kalimdor. I was a successful captain with a sterling reputation until those cursed sea giants ruined me. They smashed my ship, killed my crew, and set me on a lifeboat to Booty Bay. And one of the giants, Gorlash, stole my captain's chest. Said he wanted it for a snuff box. The nerve. I hear Gorlash wanders the coast east of here. Find him and get back my chest. Do that and you have earned a captain's gratitude. Alright, so that was the Captain's Chest. That's one of the more difficult quests in the zone. And we're just going to pick it up because I have a little bit of space. And let's do Scaring Shaky. Hey, I don't like the look you're giving me, lady.
Where'd you get these? No, don't tell me. I don't want to know. Who sent you? Seawolf? Here, take this pouch and give it to Seawolf and tell him I meant to pay him back. I swear, I just got a little drunk and lost my way and... You know how things are. He'll understand. You don't have to get rough. See?
All right, so we showed him all those giblets, and he freaked out. So we're going to do scaring Shaky is now done. Perfect. And we just got returned to MacKinley. I hear the dog running around. I hope she's not making... Hopefully it's because my son got up and not because she's going to poop somewhere in the house. This is a little bit of a long time when no one's out there. So that's another part of my worries here, but it is what it is. I'm not going to immediately stop right now and run. So I took her right before I started.
What can I help you with?
But, okay. All right, let's sell some of this stuff. Good sweet Lord. That's about it. Okay. At least cleared our inventory a pinch. Alright, so next, as we continue along, we just passed these two people. The Bloodsail Buccaneers, keep an eye out. That must be upstairs.
Sure, I remember you, adventurer. Back from scouting, I see. Shiver me timbers. So the Bloodsail Buccaneers are planning some sort of attack on Booty Bay? Why, the nerve of those scoundrels. Booty Bay will always be run by the Blackwater Raiders. This is bigger than I thought. Report what you have learned to Fleet Master Seahorn at once. The old Sea Dog is around town somewhere.
Alright, so that's the step 2 of Bloodsail Buccaneers done, and allows us to pick up step 3. Cool. Which is just go talk to this guy also. So that's easy peasy. Alright, so if we go up... Oh, here's Stranglethorn Fever, where we had to get all those Heart of Mock. Mother, so cold. Heading into twisting nether. Hold me, mother.
Feel strength returning. Where might be? Booty Bay? Oh my. I had the strangest dream. The weakness has not completely left me.
So it's a decent cloak. It's just... That's called Stranglethorn Fever. And that's the regular version, not the repeatable part. So let me just look and see where that was. Yeah, this one. The non-repeatable aspect of it. And that's a decent blanket, just not for DPS. Not for our sake, anyway. Alright. There is another quest we missed in here.
Yo!
Sell that blanket off, too.
Be good!
Where is it? This guy. Keep an eye out. So now...
Fast! Who goes there?
I don't know how we missed that one before.
Useless without me special enchanted eye. Bad enough to have lost me eyes in battle in the first place. But by some stroke of luck, we docked in Menethil, and a traveling wizard enchanted a special glass eye that let me see again. Last night, I ended up getting jumped by some Bloodsail Buccaneers on me way out. Took me eye, they did. Seems those blokes have found their way to Booty Bay. Help an old sea dog out by getting me eye back.
Getting me eye back? Okay, let's go smelt a pinch here. As we smelt, we can kind of just take a look at the quest in order and see what we've done. That's done. Pretty sure so that... Yeah, I guess maybe we'll wait. But there will be a time where we've got to go and make sure we have not missed anything in this zone because there's just so much going on. There you go. We're up to 11 of the 40 mithril that we need. This gold, I don't... Yeah, I think that matters. But this true silver... The true silver and the mithril will free up spots for us, so that's good. Look at all those turn-ins we have. I love it. Okay, we're at 19 of 20 open quests. I mean quests in our log. Hopefully we'll fill a little bit more out. All right, Drizzlic Supply and Demand. This one's going to open up another one because this is that gator chain.
What's up?
My equipment is all ready to go, Gleek and Tessa. I just need those skins. We don't want to keep Riddlebox waiting, that's for sure. It's not a good idea for anyone to keep the chief inventor of the Tinkers Union unsatisfied.
These skins should do.
22 silver?
Quality isn't too important, given that they'll make up the inside layer of the boots. But it's still important that they're comfortable. If they're a bit too rigid, I'll use some tiger blood to soften it up.
Okay.
Tricks of the trade, you know? Well, I've got the basic shape of the boots worked out, and they're coming along fine, but the skins you brought aren't going to be quite enough for the inner layers. What are we gonna do, Drizzlic? No doubt the question on your lips. And well, isn't it lucky you're talking to Drizzlick? Because he's going to tell you what we're going to do. The inner layers will never really be seen. So we'll just get some of the thicker, cheaper skins from the crocs around Lake Nasfaridi to fill the boots out.
Alright, so now we have another thing up at the north part. They're sending us back up there again. Great. Okay, so now we need to talk to MacKinley. I think that dude's down here. Oh, also we just did supply and demand. So way at the beginning, so we did finish that. I wasn't sure, but yeah, that's what I thought it was. And then that allowed us to pick up some assembly required. Right there. So this is way back in a tier that we really should be past. Okay, in here to MacKinley. Up or down? I don't stinking know. No, don't see him there. Where are you at, you bozo? Must be this building. I feel like this guy is... There we go.
Hey there.
Hey there, Gleekintessa. Did you get Shaky's payment?
Well done. And when you showed Shaky those giblets, how hard did he shake? Ha! He's so easy to read. When I play cards with him, I can't help but win. Thanks for your help, adventurer. Now it's your turn to get paid.
Okay.
My list is shortening, but there are still people who owe me. Next, we have Maury Clubfoot Wilkins, John the Crow, and Chucky Ten Thumbs. These scurvy dogs' debts are months outstanding, and I thought they skipped town to avoid paying up. Later, I heard they're cursed and bewitched and now wander the jungle ruins. But I don't care what their fate is. I want what's mine. They're at the ruins of Abaraz and the ruins of Jubuul, northeast of here. Find them and collect.
So that's right around here. These guys are. Dizzy's Eye, that comes from any Bloodsail Buccaneer, but it's at these two ruins. So we have another kind of thing we have to go up north. So return to MacKinley is done. And then that gives us Voodoo Dues. Yeah. Okay, cool. Pick that bad boy up. So not an opening of a spot. All right, let's see what we have here. Way down over here, we have the Akiris by the bundle guy. Let's take care of him. Actually, should we put some stuff in the bank?
Interesting.
Do I have anything I need to put in the bank? I guess those gold bars can go. Oh, I should probably also make these heavy silk bandages because we can just sell those. And then I should make the heavy mage weave bandage also, because that's going to actually give me points. 40 of these. All right, I guess while they're making, let's take... We will go through and look and see. All right, so we did Welcome to the Jungle. We just did Supply and Demand. Of course, we did those. We investigated the camp. That's checked off. We did those. That. Singing Blue Shards we're about to turn in. Bloodscalp Ears? I don't think we did that one yet. So that's one. Oh no, we did. We got it. It says complete. I just don't see it on my list, but okay. Done. That's turning in. That one we just picked up. Bam, bam, bam. Okay, Stone of the Tides. We're gonna finish that. That's gonna open up this chain. It'll continue the chain. Done. Excelsior is gonna. That's the next alligator one, so that won't come up yet. We still have the other 3 chapters to do and the book. Done. Curse of the Tides is going to come at the end of that chain. Venture Company Mining. Okay, that might still need to get done. That one I don't think we've done. Scaring Shaky, Return to MacKinley, we did that. Up to Snuff we haven't done. We're going to get this. That's going to allow us to pick up one of those. Keep an eye out. We're on right now. Skull Splitter Tusks we still need. Cortolo's Riddle. That you pick up when we're doing pirate stuff. This we're about to turn in. game hunter we did. Cracking Mori's Foot's not ready yet. Stillie's Dead, I think we're on it, but that's the Tanaris side. We did that. Meshes in a Bottle, we haven't picked that up yet. And yeah, some of these. Monogram Sash is a drop. I don't remember where you get that from. I feel like it's a drop, but it's like one of those where it's like a drop we get from a quest. Alrighty. Just clean it up a little bit. Alright, let's turn this in.
You need something?
If you got no business with me, then move along, Contessa.
Done, adventurer. 10 stalks of Akiris reed wasn't too much a challenge after all, huh? No offense to the Naga.
Cool little fire mage belt.
Make a living. Adventurer, since I have you here,
Of Barrymore.
Roy while you were gone. He mentioned being satisfied with the last shipment that arrived and has a client that wants some more of the stuff right away. I won't be heading to Theramore for a week. But if you're willing to make the journey, there's no reason you can't take the stuff for me. Feeling adventurous? You do know where Dustwallow Marsh is, don't you? I'd be careful, though. Theramore can be dangerous if you're the wrong kind of crowd.
Alright, so now we did Akiris by the bundle. Turn in the first one, and now we got the Alliance only. I don't know why they breadcrumb you out to Theramore from here. I have no idea. And that means we're not going to Stormwind. I was wrong about that, but that's fine, too. Let's sell that little belt we just picked up.
What can I help you with?
And let's sell those. Okay. Stupid Greench. Alright, we're getting some gold. Slowly getting there. Alright, let's not pick that up quite yet. You have those shards yet? I'll give you a decent cut from the profits.
Aha! These will do nicely, adventurer. Yes, quite nicely. Here's your cut and ... It was a pleasure doing business with you. The venture company has a string of operations through Stranglethorn, which keeps hard-working goblins like me from making honest gold. Please, you must help me. The venture company is mining near the Crystalvine mine to the north. They can't get into the mine because of all the basilisks, but they're still able to dig up singing crystals from the surrounding hills, take their crystals from them, and show them they don't have the run of the jungle, and, bring me those crystals as proof.
Alright, so this is wanting the crystals instead of the shards. So we did just, we completed Singing Blue Shards, and now we want the venture company mining. So Singing Blue Shards, that's way back at the top. That one did roll into the mining. See, we all of a sudden are just dropping off a ton. We've basically completed all of the easy Booty Bay neutrals, and we're rolling it into the difficult. Now, I might come back down and get this if I free up at least one more slot. I want to save one. Okay, so what else? We still haven't turned in all the quests we need to turn in. What are these? There's a room somewhere. What's this guy? Rogue trainer and price checker. What? It's just chilling, being a price checker. All right, so that up to snuff quest is now out there too. We got to pick that one up.
The sea life. I ain't gonna say it's the good life, but it's my life. When I get into port, I like to find me a good bottle of grog and some high-quality snuff. Nasty habits, but what's a pirate without his vices, right? So you can imagine how heartbroken I was to find out the herbalist here in town has gone and sold out of the stuff. Says his shipment got hijacked by those damn Bloodsail raiders. I bet a fearless adventurer like you can convince them to share the goods, eh?
Alright, so that's just an extra quest you can do while killing Bloodsail Buccaneers. It's just, hey... Oh, I forgot that. You'll randomly get it as you kill them.
Time is money, friend! So my information was correct, as usual. Interesting. Well, I don't suppose they pose any sort of threat of interference with our operation, but perhaps they have a need for some of our excellent manufactured products.
Alright, so that was just when we checked out Nesting Larry's camp. Way at the... That's one of the lower ones we have, but hey, we got some free gold for it. We were gonna, we were going there anyway. that did open up another spot for us. Okay, we have 2 here. You've had success, I hope? All over the place, those trolls, filthy devils. Oh yes, that reminds me, be sure to tell your friends. Yes, we could use much assistance.
Oh, excellent. Excellent.
I'll probably sell those little bombs.
What? You're still here? Reward? Oh, right. Of course. Here, take this. It should be more than enough.
He trails off grumbling about profits, margins, and costs. Okay, so that's Bloodscalp Ears. That was near the top. And we got that just from killing trolls. We did that on a previous episode. Whoops. Cool, that opened up another one. And Hostile Takeover. I need those stones, Great Contessa, by whatever means necessary. Just do it. Don't give me the details. It's about results, Great Contessa. Nothing more, nothing less.
Fascinating. That the crystals have been tumbled. Using this process
Certain.
will only indicate that they are planning to use them as some sort of fuel or other catalyst. I don't know much more than that. Samples will have to be dispatched to head chemist Gigglefon. It's expensive and hard to kill enough tigers to support the export of tiger fangs to the islands in the South Seas. Luckily, we've developed a technique that allows us to take mundane, horn-like objects and turn them into undetectable forgeries. The closest match we've found, amazingly, are the tusks of the skull splitter trolls. Hey, before you say anything, what the buyer doesn't know doesn't hurt them, am I right? Bring me a large number of them, so we can get to work on the monthly shipment.
All right, so we just also completed Hostile Takeover. And after you did the ears, he gives you the tusks. So now we do have the second. Hey, go kill some trolls kind of sitch here. Also, we freed up another couple spots in our quest inventory, so we're going to check that out here in just a minute. All right, let's talk to this guy.
Bloodsail Buccaneers attacking Booty Bay. They might as well throw themselves off the Overlook Cliffs. Nonetheless, by bringing me this information, you have done my fleet of swashbucklers a great service. The Blackwater Raiders thank you. Kraz speaks highly of your dedication to the Blackwater Raiders. I am going to trust you with a mission of extreme importance to the fleet. Infiltrate the so-called Southern Command Post the Bloodsail Buccaneers have established on the Wild Shore. Raid the encampment. Bring me their charts along with their written orders. We shall see exactly what those scum are up to.
Alright, so that is Bloodsail Buccaneers 3 done. And then that's going to open up Bloodsail Buccaneers 4. And like I said, I think there's only 5 steps to Bloodsail Buccaneers. So we are cruising along on that one. And then there's this interesting one.
Welcome to Booty Bay, partner. I hope your stay in my town is enjoyable and uneventful. Emphasis on the latter.
This is where we went to the library and read this book.
Plenty of bouncers if you're antsy. Now then, what can this humble servant of the Steam Weedle cartel do for you? Better still, what can you do for me, eh? So the stories were true. Incredible. However, we will need to figure out a way to defeat the curse of the Stone of the Tides, if we are to retrieve it. The curse is magical business. We'll need one of those wizards to help us out. The water elementals were no doubt summoned by Gazban, the goblin wizard rumored to have discovered the Stone of the Tides. As you may know, the Stone of the Tides curses its bearer, causing him to fade in and out of existence. Perhaps we can find a way to counteract the curse. We can have a mage of Dalaran analyze the magical residue of one of the water elemental's bracers. I need you to go back to the island and retrieve a few specimens.
So now we have to go way back up there. So we have, again, all throughout the islands, including in the north, things that we need to do. So that's okay. All right, so we just completed Stone of the Tides, which I think this is a, yeah. And we picked up Water Elementals. So this is an actual Alliance one. This is an Alliance-only chain we're working on. All right, so that's it. We do have one more space, so we can go back down and pick up Whiskey Slim's Lost Grog. We can actually add that quest. Then what we're going to do is get on the flight path, on the fly-off camera, up to Menethil Harbor.
We were splicing the main brace at something fierce off of the Overlook Cliffs.
Oh, that's Hinterlands.
Just in the distance.
Wow.
Thought the seas was going to swallow us whole. Old Slim knows all about liquid courage. Captain had a crate of pupilly verbose port we commandeered from a privateer en route to Stormwind, so when that storm off of Hinterlands hit, I busted into the grog. Big wave hit and tossed them bottles overboard. Captain is going to give me a taste of the cat if you don't help me get him back, though.
Okay. We'll probably wrap that one up. Maybe. I don't know. All right. So what do we get? Whiskey Slim's Lost Grog. That one's a little easier to complete. Yeah, it's one of the highest level ones. It's a breadcrumb really to get you to go get flight paths out in Hinterlands, which is the next zone that we're gonna do. But yeah, it's a little bit. It's just so far. It's the complete opposite side of the continent from here, so we're gonna have to be strategic. But not what we're gonna do right now. What we're gonna do, starting the next one, is we're gonna get Akiris by the bundle, and we're gonna do the same thing, where then we come through the river, or actually maybe I'll come down the coast this next time, because we're gonna want to hit this island up, then work our way over here, work our way through the Skull Splitters, just work our way back down the coast, just like last time, getting all these different things. We still have some that we haven't picked up. We have Message in a Bottle, the Monogram Sash, Cortola's Riddle. We also have to, once we get those, they lead to a couple other things. We got plenty to do. Tranrek is a Zul'Farrak dungeon. That's different. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching, for listening, and for tuning in. The first real quest of the new year, or mission video, all of the above. I appreciate you all. Like, subscribe, get those. Check out the Patreon. I've been making the Assassin's Creed videos still. Do it all. Make a comment. Help that algorithm out. And I will see you guys next time on Lore of Warcraft.